For this next reflection, I would invite you to think of a couple of things before we start. This will be a pilgrimage in your mind, but before we start, I would encourage you to pick the place where we will finish. I would ask you to pick a place where you feel comfortable, where you feel welcomed, a place that you always look forward to going to. When you have this place, bear in mind that this is where our reflection will finish. It doesn't really matter what idea of scenery or countryside we have along this reflection. But I would invite you to make sure that you have some wooded place in mind that you can walk through during this reflection. If you want to pick a familiar place to start in, that's fine too. This reflection will take the form of an imagined walk from morning to evening. And we'll begin by the sound of the bell. As the sound of the bell dies away, bring your attention to your breathing and the air going in and out, with eyes closed. I invite you to feel that you are lying down somewhere, breathing with your eyes closed, to find that you are waking up somewhere. Just as the day is starting and the light is spilling across a leaden grey sky. It's early morning and a storm has blown through overnight. The remnants of the rain are just dying off, with storm clouds hanging grey in the sky. Maybe a little light poking from under them as the dawn shoves its way through. The season doesn't matter. If you wish, you can pick one. So you get up, get yourself ready. You have a pack and you're going out to walk. You have all the appropriate gear. And the drizzle starts to ease off just as you open the door and you go out into the world. And as you go into the world, you see various people starting to go about their daily tasks. Just a few, because it's still early. And you're getting on your way. In a grey morning, but you know where you're going to. You're keen to get off, keen to get on your way. So off you walk, and as you walk, the day starts to brighten. The storm that has passed through has lifted, and very dark grey clouds give way to slightly lighter ones. You'll start to see the light strengthen as it shines through slightly brighter grey clouds. As you go on your way, the cloud colour turns to white, and you're conscious of the glow on the other side of those clouds. There's a bit of a breeze, and eventually as you walk along your way, some of the breeze parts the clouds, and there is some blue beyond them. Now you see patches of blue sky as you walk along, as the morning progresses. And as you go, occasionally those pools of bright sunlight from where the sun has shone through the clouds. And you feel the warmth of the sun as you walk through one of these, still with a light breeze. And that weather front must have blown off, because now more and more the sky is blue and the sun is shining through it. The way you're walking is reasonably well drained, it's not slippy. So you go on your way in the bright light of the day. And as you go along your way, another rain front seems to be blowing over, more cloud coming on its way, but you see that you're about to walk through a woodland. And you reach the woodland at about the same time that the clouds roll over the sun again. Maybe some rain's starting to fall as you walk through this wooded area. And even though the clouds have rolled over the sun, you're still conscious of this light in the woodland. It's darker, but your eyes adjust and you can see the light that is in this sheltered area, sheltered from the weather. And as you walk through this wooded area, clouds obviously roll on. Maybe it was just a small shower. Sun breaks through the clouds again, and you see the light dancing down through the trees, catching this and that in their rays. Fingers of light pouring down, making unusual shadows. As you walk through the woods, you come out into a clearing, feel the full brightness of the sun on you. As you walk down along the path, you carry on. More clouds are brewing, but now it's getting later and later in the day. The sunlight is changing its hue, and you can feel that. The light looks differently as it glints off things along the path. It starts to catch on the clouds, starts to throw colours up onto the storm clouds and the lighter clouds. The sun begins to set. The white light is broken into all of the colours of the rainbow, the various clouds strung across the skyline. See the long shadows and the fabulous colours about you as you carry on your walk, getting quite close to your destination now, as the light spills away from you and seems to be like a ribbon across the sky, across the horizon, with all the fabulous bright colours. And then finally the sun's gone down and just a ribbon of colour is left on the horizon, with a band of dark blue and a band of even darker blue above. And out of that, tiny shining stars start to appear in pieces of clear sky. The moon rises, starts reflecting strongly. The moon shows shadows of its own as you walk along, now getting quite close to your destination. And you see the lights of your destination just ahead of you. As you look around, the landscape illuminated by bright moonlight. The lights go on in the place that you are going to. You see the door open and the light spilling out from inside, and you know of the warm welcome that is waiting there for you. And you step now into that light and are welcomed to the end of your journey. The point of that reflection is light. Even though at some points along that journey there was cloud, still the sun was shining behind it. There was always some light shining down. It shone differently, but it always shone. And even when the sun had gone below the horizon, it was shining somewhere else, and it was shining on the face of the moon that reflected that light still back onto the earth. And there were other stars shining down on you as well, until you reached the destination with its own light shining on you. The light in this reflection is the compassion of God being the light of the sun. Maybe the stars are the compassion of those who we've loved and lost. But even though not always perceived, always there with us. And the artificial light of the house was the light of the compassion of our friends and our family in this world, who are always there for us. So wherever we go, wherever our journey takes us, some light shines on us from somewhere, always.